Yo, yo. Thanks for picking up the game, man. That's awesome. We need more people doing it, so yeah, man, I totally agree. If I had more time, I'd do it more often. My teammate and I, we signed up and we casted one game early in the season, and it's just been hard finding time to do it, but it just makes it so much more fun. So, and it's fun doing. Like we had a really good time the only time we ever casted. So
Hello everybody, my name is Harborim and we are casting a Div A match tonight. We have Boogans Forever versus Under Newb Management. Boogans Forever 16 and 12. They're fifth place in Div A with 19 points. Under Newb Management 16 and 8. Fourth place with 21 points. So it looks like this is a fairly contested best of three tonight, with two what appears to me to be evenly matched teams. Of course, in Div A, the cap for that division is Diamond 1. The off-roster cap is Diamond 3. We will begin Game 1 momentarily. We have Boogans Forever banning BOE and Towers of Doom. Under New Management banning Tomb and Volskaya Foundry. With Under Noob Management map picking Alterac Pass. I'm going to tell the teams that I am ready. I recognize some names of Under Noob Management here. I think Liddell and AG Silver have been casters for NGS before and have casted the team that I've been on in previous seasons. That'd be Caffeinated Knights and Nexus Div. And so it's nice to kind of return the favor tonight. Thank you for casting us. And now, now the tables have turned. We're going into a draft here momentarily. As map pick went to Under Noob Management, we have Boogans Forever, the Boogan Squad, the Boogers, and the Under Noobs, or the Boogans. First ban, first pick. Taking out Li Ming. Don't want to see Li Ming on this map. She has good stall onto the objective. Taka, a global solo lane hero with good rotational power with his Brush Stalker ability. Also banning Sylvanas, another hero with good in macro comps. They don't want to see her pushing power applied on any sort of macro comp. Sylvanas is just a pretty good hero with a lot of tools in her toolkit. Saying no to Sonya as well. Two solo lane bans coming out from Under Noob Management. First pick, Junkrat. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Junkrat, lots of good stall, lots of good displacement, ultimates that deal lots of damage. And pretty good on this map, I would say.
Oh, this is my jam!
Lucio and Jaina coming out for Under Noob Management. Lucio maybe thinking about the high 5. Big cleanse on a very low cooldown. Remember the medallion meta that we had? My goodness, how long ago was that? Well, imagine having that all packed into one hero, distributing it. That's Lucio nowadays. Jaina, fairly immobile but powerful. Mage, middle-ranged mage, let's say. Stukov and a Nubarak coming out for Boogans Forever. Stukov, one of the most versatile healers in the game. Good on in all team compositions, in my opinion. Good on all maps. Ooh, third ban TLV. We don't want to see We don't want to see those Vikings. We don't want to get out-soaked. Of course, he'll use 2 LV, put one Viking in each lane as a means to absorb experience while the rest of your team stall out objectives. If they're not in lane, they can't get experience, and they slowly get choked out of the game by a steady experience lead. Garrosh third ban from Boogans Forever. Saying no thank you to the War Chief. 2 War Chiefs being banned on Boogans Forever there.
The crusade calls.
Joanna and Deathwing, 2 beefcakes, some of the beefiest cakes in the game. Deathwing will have good objective stall, big health bar. Lots of zone control there. Joanna, a very versatile tank as well. Good ultimates, especially Falling Sword nowadays. You can do a lot of fun stuff with the unstoppability that she gives her allies when she's up in the air. Solo lane Leoric, and Genji is the final pick from Boogans Forever. Thinking about Leoric could be a good counter pick to Deathwing. They can lock him in place within Tomb, spooky hand him, and drain all of his health. Genji, very mobile, versatile. I don't know how versatile he is, but a very mobile, kill-securing assassin. And Tychus coming out for under Newb management, thinking about burning down the health bars of Leoric and Anubrak, and assuming they pick Odin, good opportunity to tear down those walls, tear down those forts with large, long-ranged poking and chip damage abilities from that Odin toolkit there. We're going into game momentarily. Should be pretty exciting. So I wonder how these teams aim to win here. Looks like the under Newb management aim to win by large team fights. I suppose both of them do. Yeah. Both teams look like big team fight compositions. Want to get all together and push the R buttons and see who wins. We've got an immediate pause coming out. Somebody's AFK. Tom is AFK. Tom Peace, the captain of Boogans Forever. While we're paused, we can get introductions rolled out in the blue trunks. We have non-champion on Genji, Thundercats on Stukov, Camp Bellas on Junkrat, Tom Peace on Anubarak, Newbie on Leoric. In the red trunks, we have Alan by default. That's an interesting name on Lucio. Silver, Silver, Silver on Tychus. Sneaky Glades. What is that? That's Jaina. Liddell on Joanna. And Plio, or Pilo. Plio, that looks like it, on the Dragon God of Death himself, Deathwing. Now both teams have pretty good objective stall here. Of course, we have Deathwing, who can drop his fireballs down from the sky, and Junkrat can bounce his frag launcher over the wall as well. Big damage coming out already in this 12-1 fight here. Lucio's going to get out just fine. Big slowing circle coming out from Stukov as well. Leoric is already breaking off to top lane. Meanwhile, Genji and Joanna switch to the bottom lane. Camps will be up in 10 seconds here. Let's see how timely these folks want to get them. It's a 1v3 down in bottom lane. Doesn't seem as though under Newb management are as interested in getting a timely first camp out as Boogans Forever. Lucio's starting it over here, but it is quite apparent that Boogans Forever will be getting their first one out sooner by a good amount here. What's going on top here? Newbie and Pleo having their nice fun little pillow fight. Camp is coming out at 1 minute and 22 seconds from Boogans' squad. However, Sneaky Glades are going to be another, let's say, 15 seconds after that. Let's see how much push they can get as these gnolls advance upon the center wall here. Big pop-up onto Jaina. She's going to take some damage. Oh, and she's... Oh my goodness, what a great Silent Circle combo coming out from Thundercats on Stukov. Nicely done. First blood onto Jaina on behalf of Boogans Forever. It's pretty good ship damage too. How's top lane looking? Pretty standard. Big health bars over there. Big rotation coming down onto Genji at the bottom here. Probably not going to do much damage to him. That's right, he's got his invulnerability. Four-man rotation onto mid. Junkrat is going to step away. No problem there. First objective coming up in 22 seconds. How soon is that going to be for the next objective to come on? Yep. So we've got... the advantage of taking first camp early is that you can get it a second time as the first objective comes out. And so that camp will push while the rest of your team can advance upon the point or take some other objective there. Most of the time you will be trying to advance on that point, but that's not going to be but that might be the case here. The other camp is coming out already, and they're going to have an easier time taking that one, or a faster time taking that one than the first camper. There's a lot of experience to be gotten from this one camp that each side of the map has there. Folks should consider it like a fourth lane. Boogans Forever already taking down the minions that are guarding the dwarf camp here. Looks like there's an engage coming up onto to Junkrat. He's gonna get out just fine. Four members of Boogans Forever advancing upon the point. Junkrat is going to cap the point, and we're going to start channeling here. Big engage coming up onto Newb Rock. He's got down to about 40% health. He's going to get away. They've secured the cage. 22 seconds left on under Newb Management's objective there. Under Newb Management's objective there. And now, under Newb Management are going to return the favor. There's a concussion mine. Oh, Newb Rock engages onto 4 people. He's going to get out, though, taking good chip damage as well. 4 members of under Newb Management are thinking about the point, but no, they're not going to try it again. Makes you wonder what they're looking for here. Big pop-ups coming out. Another fantastic Silent Circle coming out. AG Silver is going to go down. The Tychus is going to die. The engage is continuing over into under Newb Management side of the map. Lots of damage coming out. Very good. This Thundercats' Stukov is looking pretty spicy here. With Tychus down, I don't know if under Newb Management have an appetite to recontest this before the first objective comes. And no, that doesn't seem to be the case. We have Jaina rotating down to bottom lane to start getting their camp out. There is a chance that they could start taking this camp. Oh, and they do want it. They do want it. There's 2 seconds left. 1 second. 0 seconds. First objective comes out for Boogans Forever. 6.5 out of 10. Boogans Forever concentrating their forces on center lane here. Of course, there's 4 members of under Newb Management to take down that first dwarf raider there. And both teams are going to be rotating down to bottom lane to take that one. That was the one-on-one going between Jaina and Genji. 2 globes there. That looks pretty nice. It's 4v4. We have, oh wow, Newb waiting in the bushes to take an advantage of a spicy engage onto Joanna. She's going to die. Oh, and a counter kill from Tychus onto a Newb all the same. An early sound barrier is going to come out. I don't think it's going to doesn't take advantage of quite as much counter damage as he was expecting. Another pause coming out from Thunder. Or is this Thundercats again? Yep, another one from Boogans Forever. Seems as though someone is having mousing problems. While we're paused, just in case we have any new viewers joining us, I'll repeat that this is a Div A match of NGS between Boogans Forever and Under Newb Management. Boogans Forever are the home team. They have their 5th place in their division at 19 points. Their record is 16-12. And Under Newb Management 16-8. 4th place with 21 points. Let's get back to the action. Ultimates are coming out already. Let's have a look at what's going on here while we have the chance. We've got Cocoon coming out from Newb. We have not yet picked her ultimate on Stukov. Riptire from Junkrat. Dragon Blade from Genji. That should be pretty exciting. Sound Barrier from... Oh, what's going on up here? At top lane, Leork is going to get out with just a little bit of health there. Looks like he was getting some chip damage onto top Fort, and Deathwing, and Joanna says no, thank you, don't want it. Continuing the ulti list, we got Draken Laser Drill, that's interesting. Summon Watermental and Bellowing Roar. Stukov is going to be going massive shove, and I expect, as any self-respecting Leork would, to be going Entomb. There it is. Second objective coming out momentarily. We've got a rotation coming on. Let's see if they're going to gank the Genji here. Probably not, although they could get some good chip damage. Red team could get some good chip damage onto bottom lane. You're saying no thank you. We're going to start posturing for defense of their objective here. Meanwhile, Leork is taking down this top fort here. Doesn't look like he's going to finish it before the objective comes out here. He's got a good big response coming out from Under Newb Management. It's giving Leork good cause to run away. Are they going to take a boss? Under Newb Management say we want a boss instead of objective here. Maybe there's time to take it while Boogans Forever takes the point. There's 33 seconds left on the objective, and we'll certainly get the boss well before then. The question is, can they finish the boss and rotate down in time to contest this objective? We will find out. Doesn't seem so. 10 seconds left. Perhaps it is because of the talent disadvantage that Under Newb Management had, that they decided to... Oh, Falling Sword coming out from Joanna, lands on top of a Newb, but he's going to get away. That will be the end of that. Boss is drilling down the top tower. Let's see if Leork decides to rotate upon it. Seems as though he will. Little harassment onto Jaina. Like we saw earlier, Tom Peace on Newb is lurking in the shadows, waiting for an engage to reveal itself. Got a root onto Joanna. Second root onto Joanna. They're going to get a little more chip on it. It seems as though bottom fort is about 1/3 left of its health. So big engage coming out. We've got a cocoon onto Joanna. While Joanna's cocoon, we're going to try to burst down the Tychus. Soundbearer is going to come out to help save him, but now the counter engage is coming out from under Newb management. We have a Newbrak also dying in addition to the Junkrat. The engage is still going on here. Genji wants some blood. Stukov is trying to get away, but it's not going to happen. There's a 3-for-0 team fight.
Taking out our cavalry won't win you the war, Vecna.
Now, under new management, are going to start taking the bottom boss. That was a very timely sound barrier from Alan by default. I criticized his first one, but that was a much better one. Nicely done on his part. Meanwhile, Boogans Forever are going to be taking their null camp. It's about all that they can do right now. Might as well. Genji poking his head in there, taking a bit of damage, but he's just fine. He's a jumpy little man. You know, boss will begin sieging bottom lane momentarily, taking out the fountain. See how much chip damage they can get upon this fort here. Maybe they can take it down. Perhaps not. It looks like this boss is going to die before it can. Oh, spoke too soon. Just enough damage coming out from the ice giant here. Third objective coming up momentarily. Meanwhile, Boogans Forever staying in bottom lane. Are they thinking about chipping at bottom? Thinking about it, wondering what's going on in comms right now. When is next boss? Next boss is up in precisely 1 minute. Leoric is starting to do work onto those orc guards. Getting a little PvE in. Boogans Forever don't feel like contesting it. They want this camp instead. That's just fine. Experience looking very consistent between the two. Didn't see the Leoric kill. Looks like we had 3 or 4 folks, or even the entire team of under new management taking the Skeleton King out. They are not engaging on onto the objective. They know that there are lots of interruption tools that they have. Instead, they're going to take down that top fort there. And now they will be responding to this objective. Excuse me, this camp. And Boogans Forever are going to be taking that objective. The countdown has started. 42 seconds to go before. See if they can continue their channeling of this point. Leoric's taking a lot of damage. He's very nearly going to die. He's not going to die. He's going to survive with about 1,000 health. Deathwing zooms in into the back and takes some damage. Falling Sword comes out onto Newbrak. He's going to survive. Riptire comes out and slays Deathwing and Joanna. Leoric is going to go down too, and now the objective has stopped at 29 seconds. It is a 1-for-2 fight. I beg your pardon, it's a 2-for-2. We're still fighting out here. Jaina got the final hit onto a Newbrak, it seems. Boss is up again. There's a good amount of cheddar to be had up here. Someone should get that. That's a lot of experience you're going to want right now. But Boogans Forever say, no, we want this point. It's only 29 seconds to go. Why not? Why not? Thundercats, is he going to get it? He is going to get it. Soundwave wasn't fast enough. 20 seconds before the objective completes. And the way in which under Newb management is falling back, it seems like it's going to be going their way. A defensive Entomb comes out to block off the flanking opportunity from that bottom bottom right brush there. The objective is complete. Falling Sword comes out onto Leoric here, as does the Dragon God. He's going to deal good damage to Leoric, and the Skeleton King is going to die again. Lots of lane pressure onto the middle fort here, but there's enough members of Boogans Forever to push them off of it. Joanna is in the cocoon. This is a good time to engage on somebody, but the follow-up engage doesn't happen. Defensive Falling Sword from Joanna comes out, but the Entomb comes on her anyways. She's stuck in there. She's underneath the Silent Circle. Liddell gets is able to get out. AG Silver's got 300 health, 100 health, 140. He's gonna go down, and so too might Joanna. Joanna's going to survive. Big Silent Circle follow-ups from Stukov here. Nicely done. This is looking like a 2-keep push here from Boogans Forever. 2 keeps is really all you need to finish the game. Oh boy, a big roost coming out from Jaina here, with the advantage of Boss helping them out as well. Falling Sword 20 is doing really good damage onto here. Entomb comes out again. There's lots of health bars coming low on to Boogans Forever. The boss only has 3,000 health left. It's not going to be enough, and if everything. There we go, and that will do it for game 1. Game 1 going over to Boogans Forever. Nicely done, good game. Let's have a look at this post-map screen here. Kills were 7 to 9. So in spite of fewer kills, it was Boogans Forever that comes out on top here. Top damage is going to Junkrat. No surprises there. Followed up by Genji. Good kill secures as well. Tychus coming out with 40,000. Deathwing just under that. How did the experience go between them, between teams? Genji coming out on top. That's not something you see usually, even beating out Leoric on his own team. Let's have a look at the healing numbers there. Stukov on top with 66,000. Lucio at 54,000. But then again, he did have a lot of shielding coming out from his big sound barriers there. Nicely done. Okay, let's update the maps. Let's see where we're going next, eh? Coming back to the map view. Under Newb Management have selected map pick, and we are going to Braxis Holdout for our game 2. Braxis Holdout, a 2-lane map. Point controls on either side as the points channel. Zergs fill up in these holding pens and then have a large PvE push down the least pushed lane between the two. We are going into draft momentarily. Kel'Thuzad first ban. Now I'm going to go on a limb and say, because that's such an unusual first ban, that is a targeted ban onto someone on Under Newb Management. Noobrak banned as well. Don't want to see these generals of the Lich King, right? I know. I played Wrath. I recognize these guys. They say we don't like Wrath. We don't like the Horde either. Zul'jin banned. Get rid of him. We must be targeting somebody on Under Newb Management. Sylvanas also being declined. Don't want to see her. Oh boy. Junkrat. Coming out as first pick again. Boogans Forever, 2 for 2 on first picks, 2 for 2 on first picking Junkrat. Boogans are saying, you know, we had some pretty good success with him last map. He's pretty dang good on Alterac Pass, and you know what? He's pretty dang good on Braxis as well. Why not pick him here as well? Coming out from Under Newb Management, Tyrande and Sonya as well, a soul laner. Well, she could be on in the 4-man as well, and Tyrande with those obnoxious owls and good stuns as well. Good single target healing. Stukov also coming out from Boogans Forever. This is looking very familiar. This draft is looking pretty familiar from last game as well. Tahaka coming out for Boogans Forever. Good rotational pressure. Under Newb Management thinking about their third ban. What don't they want to see on this map? Joanna, certainly. Haven't shown a tank just yet. Why not take one of the more obvious tank picks? ETC, pretty good tank, pretty good bruiser nowadays too. Now that he's been his abilities, his talents have been changed a little bit in recent meta adjustments. He's about as good as of a bruiser in this game as he is a tank, given that he can get good what's that? Stage dives. That's right. Garrosh will be the tank for Under Newb Management. going to walk up and flip some wrecking ball somebody back into his team, where Lunara will certainly blow them up. Lunara, very good single target damage, pretty annoying hero, pretty mobile if you pick Leaping Strike, although I know Thornwood Vine is pretty popular as well. Murden will be tanking for Boogans forever. Pretty good battle tank, mobile, durable if he elects to be, and Chromie. Powerful mage, good zone control ability with Slowing Sands. You can drop that Slowing Sands in front of people's gates, and it is a pretty obnoxious choke point. It's hard to deal with. Oriole will be the healer for under Newb management. Probably will be crowning Lunara, getting good AoE heals as with the Dryad as her battery. You know, Children of the Forest functioning as batteries, that just doesn't sound very druidish to me, but we're gonna do it anyways. Getting into game here.
We're about to begin.
And in the blue trunks, we have Camp Bellas on Junkrat, non-champion on Chromie, Thundercats reprising his role as Stukov, Tom Peace as Murden, and Newbie as Dahaka. Under Newb management, in red will be Sneaky Glades on Lunara, AG Silver AG on Garrosh, Pleo on Oriole, Alan by default on Taranda, and Liddell as the solo laner. That'll be Sonya. Now we have a double healer comp coming out for under Newb management here. So what this means is that they want team fights. They want long, extended team fights, because these battles, assuming they go long, will have a war of attrition where under Newb management's health bars can simply be under more sustain than the other teams. And however, you know, let's not discount the power of Stukov here. Stukov, Thundercast Stukov did a pretty dang good job on game 1 there. So maybe he will step up and be able to match the healing power from the other team. All the same, we have a two-person rotation onto top, getting a little more damage onto Dahaka in the early game here. Junkrat is coming back to answer that double engage. Oh my goodness, Sneaky Glaze getting out with 17 health. I almost missed that. Wonder what happened there. It must have been a pretty big engage. All the same, with those health bars so low, Boogans Forever feeling ready to occupy that camp. They don't to start taking that camp. They don't see the Wisp in the little brush over here. Top piece is going to get a little damage onto Lunara. AG Silver is going to be flipped. Gets the Wrecking Ball. If there's anybody to be Wrecking Balled in Boogans Forever, you want it to be Murden. Murden going ham. And we got a kill. Stukov gets the kill onto Lunara there. He's getting very good WE combos. Very consequential. Up on the top lane here, Dahaka and Junkrat are occupying this point pretty well. They're going to be hard pressed to push them off there because of the good damage output from from Junkrat, matched by the staying power of Dahaka here. However, there's a healer on this side here, and he's going to be going down. Yep, like I said, there's just too much to contend with, too much damage output. In spite of having a healer on their side there. Thundercat's zoning the point out with his silence circle. And Boogans Forever will be getting the first objective of the game. 100% compared to under Newb management's 30%. Big silent circle coming out on top, right into this gate here. It's very annoying, hard to get. These melee heroes have a hard time DPSing it with that silence out there. Non-champion getting pretty good damage with the Chromie. Another consequential silencer will come out. Very annoying to contend with when you're trying to take out this objective here, although it will be going down momentarily. Like I said in draft, Lunara has very good camp clear and pretty good PvE clear. Pretty good PvE clear all the same. Did she take that? What is it?
Nice work.
Nature's calling increases nature toxins damage by 125% to non-heroes. Yeah, that's right. Newbie under attack in a 1v3. He's going to stasis early to try to get away. And so he does. Oriole gets thrown out there. Newbie gets the drag onto Garrosh, but Garrosh is a pretty tanky guy, and Plio's got the heals to support him. I don't think he's going to die. Even so, during that time, Boogans Forever is going to get the their bruiser camp out over there, and not quite so simultaneously, Liddell and Allen by default will be taking this other camp. Camp is clashing here. Starting to get chip damage onto top fort here. Meanwhile, a flank is coming out as a 5 for 4 team fight, and they get the pick onto Murden, who goes down easy. What will under Newb management do with their advantage here? Still 3 members in top lane. Solo laner Dahaka has rotated to bottom. Sometimes we see when the first objective or perhaps the first structure falls, the solo laners switch lanes here. Gets the tongue onto Sonya. I don't think much is going to be happening. Let's check in on top lane. Tompies jumps in and gets thrown back into his team. Says, no thank you, we don't care for you, dwarf. You're not the only one who can dwarf toss. I can dwarf toss too. First ultimate ability coming out for Chromie. It is the slowing stance. Holy smokes, what happened down here? Sonya gets killed. Perhaps it was from a concussion mine. Cleverly placed. Both points are being occupied by Boogans Forever. However, Garrosh neutralizes the top one. He is time stopped. Could be under. Smartly uses his unstoppable to escape any further damage there. It could have been concussion mine back into his team here. Big stun chains coming out for AG Silver. However, Oriole has the heals to keep him up. Liddell tries to Q in, but misses. She's going to die. She is not going to beg your pardon. I'm greatly underestimating the healing power of the double healer comp here. And Garrosh, who is isolated from his team, is going to die instead. Boogans Forever are winning this match in spite of being being confronted with a double healer team. This first fort is almost certainly going to go down. Almost certainly. Listen to me. Hedging my bets here. Anything can happen, right? And the push will continue to get significant chip damage onto top lane's keep wall here. Nature's Calling doing very good work to answer to that. Sonya getting popped out, and it's vulnerable to the slowing. Oh my goodness, we've got a slowing circle, we've got slowing sands, but she's going to get out anyways. Oof. And a Riptire is going to make short work of Garrosh here. And wouldn't you know it, it seems as though this first keep is at risk of going down. Big Dwarf Toss leaping in onto Lunara here. She's going to survive. And before Boogans Forever leave, they're going to say sayonara. They're going to say farewell to under Newb Management's top fountain. Tom Piece anchoring, looking at the rotation here. Meanwhile, Boogans tears down the bottom fort. Things are looking pretty dang good for Boogans Forever here. They're not thinking about any spicy camp invades. No spicy boss invades. They just want their normal camps. Boss being scouted by Liddell. There might be an invade coming out for this other camp here. AG Silver getting ahead, trying to get a flip onto somebody. Flips up. Holy. Forward flips Sonya. It's going to create 2 immediate kills onto Stukov and onto Junkrat here. Dahaka running for his life, but there's so much damage coming out. Is he going to get away? He's going to get away with 350 health. This is a good opportunity to take boss. Under Newb Management has a chance to get themselves back in the game here. They are down one structure to every single structure on Boogans Forever here. They need to take this boss, and they need to have somebody answer the bottom lane push here. There's a lot of, oh my goodness, big damage coming out. Avatar popping from a Murden here. He's going to try to take this point. He's going to die for his, in spite of his courage, and so too is Dahaka. It's a bloodbath. Under Newb Management is going to take the boss camp, but they lose 2 people to do it. It's a 2-for-2 fight. Oh, Oriole has taken these matches go by so fast. I haven't had a chance to talk about ultimates, but we've got a resurrection coming out and bringing Lunara back into the field here. While these beacons are ready to activate, let's talk about those ultimates. We saw Avatar come out, Riptire come out a couple times. I mentioned Slowing Sands, Massive Shove again coming out for Stukov, Isolation for Dahaka, Decimate for Garrosh. Not interested in the taunt. It seems as though Leap for Sonya. An aggressive invade from Boogans Forever. They're going to take that camp. They say thank you for burning that camp down for me. Starfall for Tyrande, Resurrection like we saw from Oreo, and Leaping Strike for Lunara. You know, that forward flip from that Garrosh did onto his Sonya was a pretty spicy. That was a pretty interesting engage there, because once Sonya gets flipped in, she can Ancient Spear forwards and then do another leap for more big stuns, holding them down for Tyrande stuns and more damage to come out there. Meanwhile, Boogans Forever have good disengage with Riptire to push people back, Slowing Sands, Massive Shove. Liddell will be taking top camp, top point here. Teams are converging on top. Murden will be late. This is a good opportunity for Under Newb Management to get a kill in before Murden arrives. But the Under Noobs say no thank you. We're going to rotate back down to bottom. Lunara has to contend with top here, and so now, however, Dahaka is also top, and so it's really just a 4v4 going on here. However, Lunar is rotating bottom. Boogans Forever will be getting that camp there, isolating, excuse me, flipping, not isolating, but flipping Murden back into his team. AG Silver gets popped up by a concussion grenade, but he is going to be just fine. Both teams are looking pretty healthy here. Liddell leaps onto Junkrat, but it gets pushed back by the Massive Shove. The counter gauge is pretty big. Garrosh is going to take damage from Riptire. Is sticking around with big armor and is probably going to survive here. Meanwhile, Dahaka gets the last hit onto Lunara, sending her back to the fountain. Garrosh looking pretty cornered over there, unable to get out based on the massive body block that Boogans have occupied. Meanwhile, what's going on core? There are three sieges on there. Liddell is going to go down as Boogans Forever rotate back onto top here. Boogans Forever have all but painted this map blue, and they will be getting a 100% Zerg wave here. This is going to be pretty challenging. It's almost certain that they're going to lose their keep, having no structures lost themselves. Boogans Forever are in a very good position to clinch this game, make it a 2-0 momentarily. A major way for under Newb management to get back into the game is to get a spicy engage, a spicy pick onto Boogans Forever, a clutch target, as soon as possible. Little's going to take huge damage from, well, maybe not so huge, from Chromie. Ends up doing okay there. You have Dahaka sort of leading this charge here. Dwarf tossing forward, getting pushed back, knocked back onto the team. Oh my goodness, this core is going down so fast. I could hardly. Holy smokes! So that was what an extremely fast push there. Unfortunately, under Newb management could not find a way to turn that humongous push around there. Maybe they thought the game might have been over after that final objective was secured there, but they had the whole map painted blue for themselves, and then a massive core key push, which immediately turned into a core push, and I was in the middle of talking about something else, and the game was over. So that will be a 2-0 victory for Boogans Forever. Well played, GG. Let's have a look at this end game screen here. Managed to hit top healing first. Top healing coming out from under Newb management here. Didn't help them secure the map there. It's feeling fairly one-sided all the way throughout. Wasn't looking, the team wasn't getting those long extended team fights that they wanted to see. They had Garrosh on their side as well with that passive armor to help extend those fights, but the output of damage was just too strong on the side of Boogans Forever there. So there's only 33,000 health here, but it didn't matter. Let's have a look at the hero damage. Chromie coming out on top at 47,000. Lunaro just behind, behind by a good amount at 35,000. Junkrat also just a hair under there. Let's have a look at the experience comparison. Dahaka with a huge amount of experience, 11,000 experience, with the second place coming up a little better than half that amount with Lunara. Of course, she has good PvE damage with that level 4, or was it? Yeah, level 4 talent Nature's Calling, and Tyrande also right behind her. Kills were 10-5 in favor of Boogans Forever. Well played, GG. Let's go back to the map screen. And I will check in with the team and see if they would like an interview. One moment here.
Yo.
Hello, Tom Peace. Welcome to the post-match interview. How are you feeling tonight?
Pretty good.
Pretty
Feeling
good.
good. I'm glad to get a win.
Sure. Congratulations. I'm getting a sense that that tonight was a pretty contentious match. You two are your record, your team's record, and under Newb management's record suggested a pretty fairly competitive match, and that's certainly seemed like that to me. Although you did scratch out the 2-0 win.
Oh, for sure. I mean, neither game was game. So that like game 2, Braxis snowballs, but it was definitely not easy like right away or anything like that. So I mean, they're a good team, and they're some of our friends as well. So definitely competitive, but I'm sure we'll see them again soon in the playoffs, most likely.
Oh, certainly, yes. We're getting pretty close to the end of the season there, and between yourself being in fifth seed, well, I suppose you will advance. Well, let's see here. If you're at 19 points and they're at 21, you'll have hopscotched over them by 1 point. So, but between the two of you, you've all you certainly secured for yourselves a middling sort of seed in the postseason.
Yeah, for sure, and
Hmm.
definitely excited to get that started. It's always the most fun.
Certainly, certainly. Now, so so they map picked both times and they gave you first pick. Do you guys like to get? Do you guys prefer the first pick? It seems like you guys picked Junkrat both times there. Is that something you leverage quite a bit on your team, or was tonight just the night to bring out that the Junkrat?
I think we definitely always we always want first pick. Seems like we never get it, but we finally did. And I just think that there's still a couple heroes that are just so strong that you are basically forced to ban them. If you're the team that's not got first pick, and if you don't, then it's gonna be really rough. And that's kind of what happens with Junkrat. Like he's just a really good hero.
Certainly, good stalls, good point control, good zone control, powerful ultimates.
Yeah, even if
Yeah,
you try to dive him, he can still like just sit on his traps, and it's just ridiculous.
right, right. Yeah, yeah. So that was a pretty nice, pretty good game one. You don't usually see Alterac pass. I feel like most map pools in NGS, there's a lot of the signature maps like Infernal Shrines and Towers of Doom and all these other ones, and then there's kind of Alterac Pass. And so is that a map you guys are pretty consistent on? Do you like to play there?
Yeah, I mean, we I wouldn't say it's like our first choice of a map, but we've played it on enough to feel pretty comfortable, and we feel like we've got a lot of different things that we can we can do on that map. So it's not like I think the reason you don't see it often is just because it's pretty boring. Like most of the game ends up being just soaking and then eventually somehow fighting you know, at the objective eventually.
Sure.
So it just gets boring, but like if you get ahead early in that map and then you just kind of keep doing the same game plan of soaking and stalling, then it's just like you're forever ahead. Um, so yeah, it's
S-
it's a fine map, just a little boring.
Fine map, just a little boring, certainly. And then, well, seems like you guys ran away with the Braxis game fairly quickly. Didn't lose a single structure and leveraged a lot of power from Junkrat, of course, but also the Stukov. Your Stukov player had very consequential WE combos all throughout the
Yeah.
game, and matched up with the Chromies slowing sands. There's a lot of like no-go zones to contend with. Really hard to answer and respond to.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Thunder played out of his mind with the Stukov tonight. It's actually really gross. We're glad that we were able to play it, and um, yeah, man, it just felt like everybody played really well.
Certainly, certainly. Well, thank you. Are there any other comments you'd like to share with us, or any shout outs you would like to give while you have the floor?
Yeah, I got to shout out my boy Bummer. He's watching from Hawaii. He's our main tank player, but he is unavailable tonight, and he was watching the game from Hawaii. So shout out to old Bummer.
Oh, sure, yeah. What a bum. You might say it was a bummer, but hey, he's in Hawaii, so that can't be half
Yeah,
bad.
it ain't all that bad. Yeah, I'm sure he's not complaining too much.
All right. Well, mahalo to him, or
Yeah,
aloha to
for
him.
sure.
All the same. Okay. Well, shoot. Well, thank you very much for this delightful best of three here, and we'll see you in the Nexus sometime soon.
Yeah, man. Thanks again for casting that. Like we were talking about earlier, not a lot of people have casted for a long time, so it's really cool to see games get picked up. So appreciate you doing it.
Oh, certainly. Thank you very much.
No problem, man. Have a good night.
Hey, you too. All right, so as you just saw, this was a Div A match in NGS between Boogans Forever and Under Newb Management. Boogans Forever scratched out the 2-0 win onto the Under Noobs. They're fifth place now at 19 points, taking on the fourth place at 21 points, and so they will advance 3 points. They'll have 22 on top of Under Noobs 21 there. Feels good for them. GG all the same for Under Noobs. I thought they played pretty well tonight. Game 1 certainly more competitive than Game 2, but as Tom P said just a minute ago, that you can really just run away with the game when you get an advantage onto Braxis. Once you get that advantage, you sort of strangle the the rest of the map from the other team, and it looked like the Boogans did just that. Again, my name is Harborim. I am a sub for a Nexus div team called Caffeinated Nights, and I'm learning how to cast NGS. I'll be doing more of this in the future. Thanks for joining me tonight. Like and subscribe and all that nonsense. And I will catch you later. Have a nice night, everybody.